Alright, grab some semolina flour. And we're going to put about 6 cups onto the cutting board. And then we're going to grab about a quarter cup of AP flour. We're going to mix it all together. And throw a little salt in there. Alright, now we're going to put a nice little crater right in the center where we're going to add our eggs, oil, and water. Drop some eggs in there. So I took about 4 eggs, and then my 5th egg, I'm going to set the egg whites aside, use them later, and I'm going to throw the egg yolk in with the mixture, just to give it extra richness. Throw in some olive oil, a little more salt, and mix everything up with a fork. Whisk those bad boys up until they are completely combined. Start scraping from the outer edges of the well to start incorporating the flour into the mixture. And take a dough scraper, makes it a little easier. We're looking for a dry mixture here, something dry and clumpy. We're not looking for actual dough yet. Because what we're going to do after we add all this is we're going to throw a little bit of water in there. So there's no particular amount of water you need to add. You just need to add the right amount. You will know when it's the right amount. So make sure you add a little bit at a time. Incorporate, keep kneading your dough together until you get a nice stiff dough ball. Alright, do not leave any man behind. Scrape that little bit up, and we're going to wrap it up in plastic. What you're going to do is you're going to throw it in the fridge for about 20-25 minutes. Now take some Parmigiano reggiano, and we're going to grate that bad boy up into a bowl. We're going to use this throughout the recipes, so make sure you use the whole thing. So now grab some beautiful fresh spinach and cut the edges off and discard from the stems. And if you're thick at head like me, you would have already had a pot of boiling water boiling. And we're going to drop the spinach in here, and we're going to blanch them for about 5 minutes. We're going to pull everything out. Once everything is nice, soft, steamy, and cooked, discard the water, and we're going to squeeze all of this stuff out. Now you might want to wait until this stuff cools down, because I kind of forgot that, and it was hot. Anyways, we're going to take the spinach, we're going to dice it up into small pieces, and then we're going to just set it aside. Grab yourself a bowl, get you some ricotta cheese, use about a whole pint, and some panko breadcrumbs. There's those egg whites we used earlier, and take another egg, drop it right in there. Add some of that beautiful Parmigiano Reggiano. And it wouldn't be one of my recipes without garlic confit oil. And throw some salt. And grab that spinach, mix everything together until you got your beautiful mixture. We're going to throw it in a bag. This way we can just pipe it later. Fold it up and throw it into the refrigerator. Alright, now your dough ball has been sitting for about 15-20 minutes. We're going to unwrap it. We're going to cut those quarters and quarters and quarters into quarters until you get nice small pieces like this here. Alright, our goal shape here is a rectangle. So now put some flour on your pasta roller. Or you could use your KitchenAid. I don't have one of those, so this is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to start on the highest setting, which is usually about 8 or 10 depending on the device. So you're going to run it through, fold it in half, repeat the process, go down to the next step until we get a nice thin sheet of pasta. Something nice and strong like this here. Alright, look at that beautiful sheet. So we're going to throw it on the cutting board and we're going to cut it up a little bit. If you got a pasta cutter, use it. I don't. I used a pizza cutter, or you can use a knife. Just something sharp. So we're going to cut it in rectangles, get everything nice, and then we're going to cut it into squares. Set those aside and cut a tip off of our ricotta mixture and put about ½ an ounce of the mixture onto your pasta dough. And now you could take some semolina flour or cornmeal and just dust it over a sheet pan. This is just so the pasta does not stick when we set it to rest. So now get your fingers nice and wet, and what we're going to do is grab the bottom corner here and pull it to the top. And fold it like so. Make sure that the edges are damp, otherwise they may not stick. Be sure to remove all air bubbles, and we're going to roll this guy up. Like so. And then you're going to wrap it around your finger like a ring. And seal it. Now this is not the only way to do it. There are many other ways to do it and probably many better ways to do it, but this is how I'm doing it. It's not wrong and it's not completely right, but it's still tortellini. One day when I'm a master pasta maker, I'll look back at this video and laugh, but until then, this is what we're doing. So you're going to rinse, wash, and repeat. Do everything and bam! You're going to do the whole batch and it's going to look a little something like this. Minor imperfections are still perfection. Remember that. Alright, now we're going to make a little sauce. So I'm going to cut up some garlic. You don't got to dice it, just do it in nice little slices. I got a little sage here. And as always, we got a little bit of butter. I got some oyster mushrooms here. And bam! Magical pot of boiling water. And I have already salted this water, which you should already know to do. Drop everything in there. We're going to cook it for about maybe 5 minutes. These guys are going to float to the top. Do not overcook it. Fresh pasta cooks quickly. So just, be mindful. All that hard work, don't want to waste it. So go ahead, pull this stuff out of here, and maybe throw a little oil on there so it doesn't stick together. So we're going to set this aside. Alright, jumping ahead, I started our sauce. I added the mushrooms, added some butter, and some garlic. Get everything nice melted, simmered up, looking good. Mix everything together, throw a little more butter, and drop that sage in there. It's going to create the most amazing flavor. We're going to drop some chicken stock and a little bit of pasta water. Always save your pasta water. Probably should have told you that before you threw it out. Throw a little butter in there just to make it extra creamy. Drop our tortellini in there. Alright, we're going to let this continue to cook. Add some more of that Parmigiano reggiano. It wasn't enough, so I'm going to grate a little more on there. Alright, everything should be nice and creamy. We're going to throw those little cheesy pockets of Italian goodness into a bowl and tear it up. Thank you guys for watching this. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you try this at home. It was amazing. If you want to continue to get more content like this, please like and subscribe down below. Leave a comment, hit your notifications on, and hey, as always, let's roll with it.